let's jump into CinemaCon. We got a lot to break down. With this, we're not going to narrow in on everything. I'm just going to list stuff off, give your thoughts, be really quick about it. There's some things we are going to talk about,
there's some we're going to have to talk more on.
But first one, let's jump into Sony. So this was like a 4-day event. I think Disney is happening right now. I kind of have what Disney's saying, but on March 31st, we had Sony. And so that Karate Kid Legends trailer came out. How do you guys feel about this? Anybody watch the movies / Cobra Kai?
Karate Kid No Way Home.
No Way Home. The mashing of worlds.
I've seen almost all of it. Cobra Kai, I'm like 2 seasons behind, but this is funny bringing in Mr. Han from the Karate Kid with Jaden Smith, with Daniel
Jackie
LaRusso
Chan and Ralph Macchio.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. It's just
the trailer kind of was like it's kung fu meets karate. Like this kid knows kung fu, but they want him to become a karate legend, I guess. So he's gonna learn Miyagi karate. So pretty cool. I like it. I think the trailers look good. The mom is Ming-Na Wen. No, Ming-Na Wen, is that her name? She plays Mulan and she's in Ages. Yeah, that's her name. Okay, yeah.
Oh, so Fennec Shand and
Fennec Shand, the
agent from Agent May from
Agent May.
Yeah. Yep.
I like it. The next one, so we've got 28 Days Later, which is coming out later this year, which they talked about at CinemaCon, but also they confirmed a sequel that is already filmed 28 Days Later, The Bone Temple, starring Ralph Fiennes, directed by Nia DaCosta, and also a possible third film as well. So they're doing a full trilogy, directed by Danny Boyle. Have you guys seen 28 Days Later? Any of you guys?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Colin, you have?
Yep.
Oh, so
I haven't
good.
seen it in years, but it was good. I'm trying to remember.
I've seen 28 Weeks Later, too. That's not as good.
28 days.
28 days. Oh, wait, sorry. 28 Years Later is the sequel. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, awesome. I'm excited for this stuff. The trailer looks really creepy. Wade, I think you would like it, Wade. Super zombies, you would like it. It's basically Walking Dead, but in London. Like Robert Kirkman definitely ripped it off. I feel like,
Every day in London.
So
every day.
Yeah. So that is exciting. We've got Beyond the Spider-Verse, Wade. So let's look at the pictures that they gave us. Pretty awesome. We're going to get Miles versus Prowler Miles. Pretty cool.
It's funny that they only gave us pictures because they haven't started animating it yet, I bet.
Yeah. That's all they have so far.
And these are very safe pictures. This doesn't tell you.
I mean, what did they say? Like 2028 is what they announced?
This is what's so bad. They originally said 2024 this movie was supposed to come out. Now it's delayed to 2027.
Okay, 7.
Jeez, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but I'm excited for it. I think maybe they should take their time with it, Don't ruin it.
Apparently the animators on the second one were overworked. And the studio had a great idea of they were like finish this movie and then go right into the next one. And all the animators finished and they did a great job. They just, spent their entire life doing it for 3 years. And then they were like, no, we're not going right into this movie. It's not happening right now. And the studio was just kind of like, but our release date.
Yeah.
All the fans were like, but the release date.
And it seems like the animators union won over and they got their time to make this one. So I'm happy with it.
They wanted like an Infinity War Endgame type situation where the movies came out back to back year, like 18 to 19, but it didn't happen. So
that's just not possible. And it's great that they decided to actually fight for it and push it, because can you imagine if they had been just increasingly overworked and rushed and then we ended up with something that was lackluster compared to the first two? That would be devastating and it would kind of ruin it.
We've already seen that with the animation and recent stuff, really, terrible.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that is exciting, but also sad at the same time. We have to wait so long. But
why did they give a couple images and then just like a black image?
No, that's probably just. I think they only gave 5 images.
Okay. I was like, am I missing something?
No, I tried to get them all in one screen. Sorry.
Yeah, that's called Midnight Spider-Man. He's just,
Okay. Yeah.
you just
Just
can't see him.
black screen.
He's there though.
This one is crazy. This next one, Spider-Man Brand New Day, is confirmed for July 31st, 2026, post Doomsday. So this is kind of like our Ant-Man and the Wasp situation, where the movie, I think, is retroactively during Doomsday, because Spider-Man is not in the cast list for Doomsday, which we broke down last week. How are you guys feeling about this, Spider-Man?
It's interesting
Crazy.
that his movie was after Endgame last time, so after the end of the 2 Avengers movies, and now it's in the middle. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I bet you hit the nail on the head, Cam, where it's like Ant-Man and the Wasp, where like it's its own story and then spins them into the next Avengers movie.
Yeah,
because you're right, Ant-Man and the Wasp like happens, and then at the end, everything happens that's going to get Ant-Man involved in Endgame.
Yeah. So that means they know what's going to happen in Doomsday. Obviously, they're filming it right now, this month. So they know what's going to happen, which is crazy. So Spider-Man will be filming this summer. Daniel Destin Cretton is directing it. He's the director of Shang-Chi. I actually really liked Shang-Chi. I liked the action in that movie a lot. I think hopefully we get some really cool Spider-Man fights, I don't know who the villain is. Maybe it's like Mr. Negative. I don't know, because I have no clue who. Maybe it's Venom. I don't know, because the symbiote is in the MCU right now, so who knows?
They need to bring back Scorpion, because they had Michael Mando from Better Call Saul play Scorpion in Homecoming, and then show up in the end credit scene and be like, I want to get Spider-Man. And Vulture was like, no, I'm not going to tell you who he is. But it's like, he's right there. You know what I mean? He's not busy on Better Call Saul anymore.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think that's a fantastic idea, because honestly, for this, especially with how they ended the third one, like, do like a street level Spider-Man fighting like Chameleon, Scorpion, all like the kind of lesser known Spider-Man villains that they haven't really done yet. Have them like team up or something and just all go after him in some way, and then third act just kind of spin it into Doomsday or whatever.
I would love like a grounded level. I know they're not going to do it though. Sony's too greedy with the multiverse for some reason.
You know what? We could have already had a ground level movie, and this could be the big lead in that they want, but they were too busy arguing behind the scenes, and now we're stuck with only one Spider-Man movie before the next Avengers instead of 2.
Yeah. I would have loved like a him and Daredevil take on Kingpin. Kingpin hires the Sinister Six type movie. That would be sick, you know? But I don't know. All right, guys, any final thoughts on this?
Yeah, I can't wait for the Spider-Man Day trilogy. Brand New Day, Glorious Day.
Yep.
You had a bad day.
You had a bad day.
That's funny.
Christmas Day. Spider-Man Christmas Day. Oh, man. That is funny. There is a few more for Sony. Caught stealing Darren Aronofsky's next film with Austin Butler, Matt Smith, and both Kingpins. Vincent D'Onofrio and... what's the other guy's name? The guy from Spider-Verse.
Liev Schreiber.
Yeah, Liev Schreiber. Both of them are in this movie. Did you guys watch the trailer for this at all? No? Nope. Yeah, it looks like some sort of like 90s robbery movie of some sort. So interesting. This next one, Wade, the Beatles cinematic universe is coming.
No, I mean, this makes perfect sense to do a Beatles biopic. I mean, they're one of the most iconic bands of all time.
Wait, here's the catch, though, that they've confirmed.
Okay.
4 movies.
Oh, are you serious?
Yep. 1 movie for John Lennon, 1 movie for Paul McCartney, 1 movie for Ringo Starr, 1 movie for George Harrison, all set in the same universe and all releasing the same day.
What the heck?
All 4 movies.
That's crazy.
This is insane. I don't know what
Cam, I think
thinking.
it's supposed to be every weekend for a month. So like
that's it.
You see John, and then the next week you see Paul, then you see George, then you see Ringo. I hope they don't do it in that order. It should probably be like
I think it's kind of
George,
not smart,
Paul, Ringo,
honestly.
John.
It's a little greedy.
But I don't think people will only go see the one they like. You know what I mean? That's kind of...
It sounds like a streaming thing. It doesn't sound like a movie theater thing. Unless you buy a ticket and it's good for the whole month. I could get behind it with that. But I don't know, shelling out $15 a ticket 4 weeks in a row to see the Beatles, the whole picture, is going to be going to be kind of interesting.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that's the silliest thing I've ever heard. That's so weird.
I think the casting is a little messed up. You see, second in from the left is Paul Mescal, and
As
he
Paul
looks
McCartney.
he looks like John Lennon. He's playing Paul McCartney. It's
Yeah.
so weird.
So
He
funny.
looks like John Lennon
Yep.
100%.
Barry Keoghan as Ringo Starr, Joseph Quinn as George Harrison, and Harris Dickinson as John Lennon. So, crazy. The first bingeable movie series is what they're saying, is what they're calling it.
Well, Jacob, we'll just wait till all 4 are out, and we'll just have a Saturday. You know,
It would be fun.
Beatles Saturday.
All 4 are being written and directed by the guy who made Skyfall in 1917. So, the dude's quality. Like, he makes good movies. So I'm really optimistic. I hope that the release strategy doesn't kill it, because if it was just saying the guy who made Skyfall in 1917 is making a Beatles biopic, it'd be like, here we go. This is it. But instead, the Beatles are just next level. They deserve that next thing. So of course they get an experimental series. I'm pretty excited. But I can't say I'm going to go see it 4 weeks in a row if it's really going to cost $60 a person.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I think they deserve it for sure. I actually really liked A Complete Unknown. Just watched that the other day. Loved that movie. It's awesome. So I do like biopics sometimes. If they can pull it off, that would be cool. I'd like to see all their backstories. And it'd be cool if you have different scenes from different perspectives.
I think that's supposed to be kind of the idea, is there's going to be crossover in the movie of because each one is going to be about each person, right? But obviously their lives were intertwined for so long that you're going to see different things from different perspectives.
Crazy. Yeah. Sweet. Any final thoughts, guys? On Sony. That's Sony. So that was March 31st. Let's jump into April 1st. Paramount. We've got John Wick, the Ballerina update. That movie's coming out very soon. We've already talked at
Check out our video on that.
Yep. We've got a John Wick animated series confirmed. That's kind of crazy.
What?
No way.
My Saturday morning cartoons just got crazy.
Yeah. Kane's spin-off film is confirmed. It's happening.
Really?
Kane. Yep. From
we
John
talked
Wick
about that.
4, right? Yeah. Also, this might be controversial. John Wick 5 confirmed with Keanu Reeves and Chad Stahelski returning.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
So,
Jacob,
it's in development.
You're not super thrilled.
Chad Stahelski returning. Chad Stahelski returning is me being okay. Let's see what they have.
But also, he's got like 10 movies on his plate. Have you looked at his upcoming movies?
I haven't.
He's got the new what's it called with Henry Cavill, the new Highlander movie. He possibly is directing Blade. Apparently, that's a rumor too for the MCU. I don't know.
Well, that would be crazy.
That would be the best MCU movie if they did that.
John Wick 4 is a really, really actually beautiful ending to his story. But if Keanu Reeves and Chad Stahelski are thinking they have something else they want to say about the character, I'm open to it. If they had said Keanu Reeves is returning, but it's a different writer and director, I think I would have been like, great. But the fact that it's him I'm like, okay, they have something. Something cool I thought about the Kane spinoff is that it's going to be like a Hong Kong produced movie. Like it's going to be like a partially Chinese produced movie. And it's going to be filmed in Hong Kong and take place there. So that'll be cool because his character is obviously from there. To kind of take the story back there.
I love Donnie Yen. He's awesome.
Yeah,
anything.
It's pretty cool.
It'll be like martial arts John Wick.
I love it. With a cane.
I'm a big fan of that. That's the perfect character to be introduced for a spinoff to then get a spinoff. It seems like they're doing it the right way. So
yeah. Nobody 2 with our boy.
Let's go.
Saul Goodman, of course. How do you guys feel about this coming out?
Dude, I can't wait. Have you guys seen that movie?
It's so good.
It's awesome. It's so good. And it almost like kind of takes place in like the John Wick world. It's like written by the same guys.
Yeah.
And they have the same kind of like idea of like secret like assassins and things like that. It's really cool. You don't think of Bob Odenkirk as an action star. But I mean, he credits, because Bob Odenkirk had a heart attack while filming the last season of Better Call Saul. And he credits what his training for the first Nobody movie with saving his life, with how in shape he became for it. So
yeah,
he
looked awesome in it. I mean, he lost a lot of weight. I really like it.
I could tell in season 6 of Better Call Saul he was kind of ripped. It was like, okay,
yep. So that is coming. I love the first one. Didn't make a lot of money because of the pandemic, but hopefully they have some more hope with this one. Because we're not living in a pandemic anymore, so maybe people will go see it. I guess we'll see. Also, lastly, for Paramount, we have a Michael Jackson biopic called Just Michael, starring the nephew of Michael Jackson himself. So that is coming. Tricky. We'll see.
Yeah, I wonder what that story's going to be like.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if they got permission from Michael Jackson's estate to do that, then I don't know. Because
people love Michael Jackson, though.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
I don't know. I heard something about when it comes to stuff with Michael Jackson, his family's very particular about, like, when it comes to, like, how he's portrayed in media.
Yeah.
Like, because there was a lot of controversy that came out about him. But,
yeah.
So I wonder what exactly that'll cover, if it's just, like, his early years or I don't know. So that'll
maybe
be
like the Jackson 5, his brothers, but I don't know. Maybe they'll focus more so on him when he's like super famous. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Any other final thoughts on Paramount? That was April 1st, which we also have Warner Brothers, which has a lot coming out. Basically, CinemaCon, they just cover what's coming out this year. So, and it's like, hey, new stuff, new trailers, new teasers. It's basically for movie theater owners to come. Big chain owners can come and see what's going to come later this year, basically. And also, like, media and all this stuff. So it's cool that I went and watched a guy who broke down everything. So I took notes, and that's what we're doing tonight, basically. So Warner Brothers, the Minecraft movie. Colin, you saw it?
I saw it.
You liked it?
I liked it. But it's just because I have I would say a particular sense of humor.
Yeah.
And it's directed by Jared Hess, and I love all of his movies.
Yeah.
All the humor was just like, it caught on with me. It was definitely weird, but I don't think the trailers did it enough justice, because if you're going into it thinking, okay, yeah, like this is going to be a goofy movie, then you're going to enjoy it. But
Wade, should we go see it?
I was laughing.
Maybe next week. Maybe next week.
Maybe next week, Wade. We'll go see it.
All right.
We also have one battle. I wanted to hear Jacob's take on this. One battle after another Paul Thomas Anderson movie, but I don't know.
You can come back to it. He's MIA.
It's probably the cats again.
We
Those
also have
mischievous cats.
The Bride, starring Christian Bale's take on Frankenstein, directed by Maggie Gyllenhaal, which they worked together in The Dark Knight, obviously. So, interesting. They had a trailer, I guess, but I haven't seen the trailer. Didn't get released to the public. But let's get into this. Superman. We got crazy stuff at the Superman panel, basically, during Warner Brothers. This is obviously the main cast and James Gunn. Looking great here. I'm so excited for this movie. They gave a 5-minute clip of the movie with kind of a trailer at the end, and that just got released like literally a few hours before the pod, and I was like, dang, we can actually cover it, so that's awesome.
Yeah,
let's get into
it. Before Minecraft.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they showed it before Minecraft, right?
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
We got the Fortress of Solitude, looking awesome. It comes out of the ground. I think it's hilarious. Crypto is like beating up Superman, like being super playful puppy, and he's like, no, stop. And then he drags him to the fortress. The door opens. The fortress looks awesome, by the way. How'd you guys feel about the Fortress of Solitude looking?
It looks sick.
Very cool.
It turns.
It's stunning.
Yeah,
sure.
It looks so clean. The animation is insane in this.
This whole movie is going to be so visually appealing. That's one of the huge reasons I'm so excited for it, because for like years we had really dark superhero movies, and this is finally going to be going to bright, colorful, stylized. I'm so excited.
We got Superman's robots. Alan Tudyk is playing one of the robots.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Right.
So
you
good.
Need a robot guy, you get Alan Tudyk.
Yeah. I love their responses. It's like, you were supposed to be watching the dog, and he's like, well, we don't really care. Basically, like, we don't have human responses. or human emotions, basically, right? I don't even remember what they said, but it was pretty funny. And then they charge him up with some solar, like magnifying glasses to like charge him up, basically, and heal him.
Mm-hmm. That was
Dang,
cool.
it feels very comic booky, honestly. It feels like Superman All-Star to me. Jake, how'd you feel about this 5 minute? Did you get to watch it, Jake? Oh, he's still paused. Okay. Anybody else? Colin, how'd you feel about it?
I really enjoyed it. I really like Sarah said, how colorful it is. It feels like a comic book, like you're reading a Superman comic, and it's got kind of the goofy humor that we know from James Gunn, but also that you'd kind of see in a comic book, because there are times where it's just like, okay, it isn't like taking itself too seriously, because it doesn't really need to. But yeah, I think it looks really cool.
I'm hyped. All right, Wade, how'd you feel about it, Wade?
Yeah, dude, I'm excited. It really does remind me of a James Gunn movie. You know, like
it feels like Guardians 3 type.
Like they were saying, colorful, but like kind of jokesy. But I hope it's not super duper jokesy like that. But
you kind of need that with this. I feel like Man of Steel didn't have a lot of joy to it, which I like Man of Steel. But I think to get to that general movie audience to go see a Superman movie, there's so much negativity around Superman for some reason. To get them to come out, you got to have to play into kind of society and humor a little bit, but also some really cool visuals and some awesome fight scenes, of course. And Superman being Superman, that's a cool
what's
shot.
Gonna hit with audience. What you're saying, Cam, is just having it be like, I think, because a lot of people like Guardians. Like, I think a lot of like general audience, like my parents, like they've seen the Guardians movies and they like them. They're not huge comic book people.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, I think having that like joy, the colorful kind of humor aspect, as long as the plot itself is still pretty good, I think it'll kind of hit on all cylinders there. But
yeah, I think it's got to have that Top Gun Maverick energy that got crazy amount of people in seats. You know what I mean? Like, I think they can do it. I think James Gunn can do it. And apparently they're going to market it like Barbie is what they said. They're going to market it like crazy. So hopefully get the word out there, get kids to come see this, get moms and dads, everybody.
The best thing they did for this movie, and this was James Gunn, I think, was change the name from Superman Legacy to just Superman.
Yep.
That you want my parents to go see Superman Legacy. It sounds like it's a part of something else. They're remaking Superman. I'll go see it. That's simple.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Genius.
Cool.
Jake, how'd you feel about this little teaser? Did you get to watch it?
Yeah, I did. Awesome. I can't wait. I'm sold. This movie looks great.
It's my most anticipated movie of the year, honestly.
Yeah, mine too. Yeah.
I love Superman. I've always loved Superman. I don't really have that negativity around him that most people do. So I'm pretty hyped, guys. Any final thoughts on Superman?
Looks great.
I heard test screenings have been very good. There's apparently 2 versions of the movie, like a 2 hour and 30-minute version and an hour 55-minute version. So we'll see which they choose. I don't know. And also Lionsgate, Wade. So let's jump into this. We only got like one movie for this one. There's probably some other ones, but I just chose this one. Hunger Games. Do you have that picture, Wade? Sunrise on the Reaping. I think this is the Haymitch backstory, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So Woody Harrelson's character, which actually
Woody Harrelson?
I really like Woody Harrelson, but I think they're gonna recast him probably, right?
I wonder if he'll do like the kind of like the flashback, like
like an origin.
Maybe narrates whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I kind of want to see like how he won the games. You know what I mean? Because apparently he brutally murdered a bunch of people, right?
Yeah,
That's why
that would be
screwed up.
interesting to see how he won. For sure.
That's why he's like an alcoholic. So we will see. It might be a dark movie. Yeah, I don't know. Crazy. Actually, just watched the whole quadrilogy last night. Finished it last night. So very interesting.
Yeah,
let's jump into.
Came out too.
Sorry.
The book for this just came out a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, so they're already confirming the movie and the book. It must have been a book and movie deal, right? It's got to be like
the popularity behind it too.
Yep.
Do you guys like Hunger Games?
Do you guys care about Hunger Games?
Yeah, I'm a big Hunger Games fan. I'm pretty excited for this. I was actually bummed I didn't see the last one. prequel
Ballad
about
of
President Snow
Songbirds
in
and Snakes.
theaters.
Yeah.
I saw it eventually, actually, pretty recently, and I thought it was fantastic. I think as I joined back in, you guys were saying if it was like a book movie deal, and it was. Both of these prequels, one about President Snow and one about Haymitch, they were book and movie deals. She wrote the book, and Lionsgate had already bought the movie rights before
nice.
she wrote it, yeah. So it's pretty cool that they let her do that.
Yeah, we were kind of saying basically this is going to be why Haymitch is so screwed up. Like,
yeah, the little bit in the books that they talk about the second quarter quell which Haymitch was in, the 50th Hunger Games that he was in. It was a pretty that was a special Hunger Games where there were 48 contestants, so that's double the amount of people that have to die in his games.
oh my gosh.
And this I think he only tells one story in the books of his games, and it's pretty it's pretty interesting what he went through. So learning the whole story of his life is going to be really cool.
Yeah, they got to cast a guy who can like kind of do a Woody Harrelson.
Yeah, it's going to be
maybe they'll be
tricky.
like
He's an odd guy.
It's going to be tricky. Yeah.
He is an odd guy.
I wish. Do you care about the Hunger Games at all?
I was never introduced to it when it was coming out, and so Jacob has actually been introducing me to it.
Nice,
so
nice.
I'm about in the middle, and I watched the movies and they were quite good. So like I totally get why everybody loves them. The most recent one that came out, Songbirds and Snakes, that one was pretty crazy. I do think that was kind of nuts. So I am actually excited for this, having jumped onto the bandwagon quite late. Yeah, it's exciting.
Jake, you were saying something. Sorry.
I forget. It was probably just about the movie, but
dude, all good. All right, let's jump into Universal. Universal was yesterday. They showed the entire How to Train Your Dragon movie to the audience. So I guess we don't really. There is a new trailer, I think, as well. And it's getting good reviews. Do you guys care about this like live action remake?
They showed the whole movie.
The whole movie, yeah. They
that's
sometimes
ballsy.
do that.
That means they know, and
that's confidence.
And Cam, I hope I'm not stepping on your toes here, but they also announced that they're making a live action How to Train Your Dragon 2. They get you the release date and everything.
Yep.
So they've seen the movie behind the scenes, and they're like, guys, we did it. This is a good movie. They were confident enough to show it to people this weekend, and they were confident enough to go ahead and start the second one. So it sounds like it's going to be awesome. So I'm pretty on board with it.
Yeah.
I've been struggling with this one personally. I've got kind of a thing with remakes where I tend to be pretty tentative toward them. The history of live action remakes so far from Disney has kind of put a sour taste in my mouth.
Yeah.
Especially when we see movies that I was like super excited for, like the remake of The Lion King. I felt like it was going to be perfect. Watching it, I recognized that a lot of it was attempting to be shot for shot, without a lot of the flexibility that animation gives you because they were using live action CG instead. So that kind of started to sour me towards it. I personally feel like it's still too soon to attempt something like this for such a perfect movie like How to Train Your Dragon was. But I think everybody else's enthusiasm is slowly getting me on board. So I'm totally willing to give it a try. I just really don't want to watch it and have it just be the movie, but in a different skin, you know? So I'm a little bit more hesitant toward it.
Yeah. Colin, Dave, I guess feel?
I'm kind of in the middle.
Yeah.
I think it's like, I'm like, yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know. I've heard it's kind of, and even the trailer was kind of shot for shot. And I wonder if they just did that just to show, kind of, okay, this is what we're doing. And maybe there's going to be some differences. I don't really know. But yeah, it's hard to take like a beloved animated movie, put it in live action, and have it be of the same quality. But if they're already showing it, maybe it is really good, and maybe it's just going to broaden the audience. So I don't know.
Sweet. Let's jump into the next one, Jurassic World Rebirth. This is, we've talked a lot about this, obviously. Wait, did you want to read that comment?
Real quick, Cam, I'm very excited for this movie. I'm just not sure how they're going to make it without it feeling either like a shot-for-shot remake or changing a crucial plot point for shock value.
Amen. Yeah.
Yep, we will see. Hopefully they can pull it off. I would love for it to be good, but
yeah,
be cool. But Jurassic World Rebirth, we're going to do a whole breakdown of all the Jurassic parks and worlds, right, Wade?
Yep.
And then we're gonna watch this, and that's gonna be crazy, Jake. So, Jake, are you ready to do that with us this summer?
I can't wait.
Let's do it.
I cannot wait.
Jurassic
Dino
Let's jump
movie.
into the next one. Masters of the Universe footage was shown. There is kind of controversy over this because they're kind of changing He-Man a little bit.
I was going to say, isn't that He-Man? That's awesome.
Yeah.
He-Man. It's so overdone, though, at this point.
Really?
Apparently, they're putting He-Man in the real world, though, like on Earth.
Oh, that's
and
weird.
So people are really mad about that because he's usually just
like
the
early
prince.
2000s comedy
of
right
people
there.
are
That sounds
mad.
perfect.
The people who care about this thing are mad. I don't care, obviously, but they showed it. Apparently, it looks really good. The Accountant 2, we've already talked. We're going to cover that on the channel. We will
cover that as well.
Jake, you got to watch The Accountant.
I know, I'm on it.
I told movie night, Jake, about what?
I was like to my dad. My dad was like, Accountant 2, are you ready? And I was like, Dad, I've never seen The Accountant. And he was like, huh? I'm the only one in the world. Whatever.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch the new trailer too? There was another new trailer, kind of playing up the Brotherhood. So I'm excited about that aspect. Jon Bernthal, Ben Affleck. I'm excited. Also, Wicked for Good. You guys, you wicked heads. How you feel about that? Is that coming later this year, Jake?
Yeah, it's gonna be this Thanksgiving.
Okay, we did have some pictures. I should have been popping up here.
No, you're good. Yeah. So How to Train Your Dragon, Wicked. I don't know what that last one.
The trailer's imminent. Yeah. I'm pretty excited because I can't wait to hear the recordings of the songs from Act 2. So
before we get into Disney, Wade, show those other. There's a few other pictures too. We got Sinners coming out this month. Are you guys? I'm really actually kind of want to see Sinners. Vampire Ryan Coogler movie.
Yeah, I haven't seen the trailer for it, and I don't think I'm going to, because I've heard the trailer kind of spoils it a little bit. Yeah. So I'm just gonna. But I am excited for it. Michael B. Jordan
looks cool.
Ryan
Skill
Coogler,
House, that looks like a horror movie. Black Phone 2, another horror movie. Wade, any other ones that I got in there? Superman, Jurassic World, Fantastic
Four. This is one we've already talked about.
The Accountant 2,
some cool tricks, some cool posters.
Cool posters for sure. Yeah.
Yep, and then there's of course this one.
Oh, Mission Impossible: Final Reckoning.
The man's gonna die for real this time.
Do you think he's gonna die? Seriously?
No, Tom Cruise.
Sarah, I know you were on last time, but we determined Scientologists do not die. So.
Oh, dude, I've been
Tom
talking
Cruise
about
doesn't die on
Scientology
screen
for a long time. Yeah.
He's not allowed to die in his movies.
I think he's gonna do a final stunt just to show how cool he is, and his aim is to die making a movie. That's my headcanon.
Oh, it would be so good.
Dang, that would be crazy.
Wow.
I'm starting a Mission Impossible rewatch and prep for this. I'm pretty excited.
Oh, nice.
I just watched the first one again for the first time in years. It's crazy how far. I mean, that movie is 30 years old now.
Oh my gosh!
And it's just crazy. You know, they have cassette tapes and all this stuff, and where they are in the movies now with the villain being an AI is just crazy.
Yeah,
that's funny.
I just watched through them last year, Jake, for the first time, and I loved them. Actually,
it's so much fun.
Loved them.
The curve of like the quality is just so enjoyable.
Oh yeah.
They just keep on getting better. Yeah.
3 is really underrated. I feel like
3 is a cool
really.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, Dave. Disney was today. We don't have. If there's anything new out there, guys, I don't know about it. I only saw Tales of the Underworld teaser. Right, Dave?
Yep.
We're getting Ventress and Cad Bane this time. It looks like they're doing this every year, a different Tales of. We got Tales of the Jedi, Tales of the Inquisitors.
Empire.
What was Empire? Tales of the Empire. Now we're getting Tales of the Underworld. How'd you guys feel about this? Did you get to watch it?
Yeah, it's cool. I really like this format. To have 3 short films about 2 characters every year. It gets to expand on a couple little things in a pretty quick way. Diving into Ventress's, they had so many cool plans for Ventress in the full final seasons of Clone Wars that they never got to do. They got to adapt a good part of her story into a book. But I mean, they had awesome plans for her in what would have been the full 6th and 7th seasons, which were just abridged. That they finally made, which was great that they finally did it. I think now you see how they're putting out Star Wars animation now. During COVID, when they announced that they were finishing the Clone Wars, I think they were still a little worried about it. That's why they only did 3 story arcs to just wrap it up. Now the reception is so high that I think they would have done the full final season that was planned and covered a lot of this stuff. But I see that as a way to kind of this as a kind of way to fix that, at least for Ventress's character, and share those really cool kind of like later in her life plot elements. They already did a bit of it in the Bad Batch, and
Jake, you think they're gonna do the book or no?
No, it doesn't look like that. The story.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
But a Cad Bane origin story is awesome.
Yeah, it looks like him and his best friend facing off for some reason.
That's cool. Cad Bane is a character that's cool and a fan favorite for a reason. But he doesn't have much lore around him. You know, he's pretty simple, pretty one note. It's going to be cool to give him a little depth.
Yeah. Wade, how'd you feel about it? You excited?
Yeah, I'm excited. I loved Tales of the Jedi. Tales of the Empire was okay to me. I liked the Thrawn stuff. I didn't as much like the Barriss storyline, actually. But these are two great characters, so I'm excited to see them.
Yeah. Animation looks good. I'm excited for it. I think Dave Filoni's behind this, doing this every May the 4th. We get some sort of tale. I want Tales of the Sith really bad. I don't know what they would do. That'd be so cool, though. But Palpy, please.
Let's go.
And then I did catch that Disney released a Thunderbolts How It Was Made trailer, and it was like showing what's her name, Florence Pugh, doing the stunt of jumping off the building. That looked pretty insane that they actually did the real stunt. So that's pretty cool. I'm excited for that. We got, guys, 1 month until Thunderbolts, the next MCU movie. I'm pretty excited, actually.
I'm really glad the Marvel hype train is picking up a bit. It's been a couple years since it's been really exciting for a new release. So
yeah. Cam, we got one more picture, I think.
Oh yes. So this is they put up a 2026 slate, which is awesome. We've got Avengers Doomsday.
I love that this is just a photo someone took of the
Hoppers, which I don't know what that is. Spider-Man 4, which is now Brand New Day, we know. Moana 3, what the heck, already?
Oh,
Masters of the Universe. Scream 7, I think that is.
Yeah, that's 7.
We're getting a Street Fighter movie? What the heck, Wade?
Where's John?
I haven't had one of those in a long time.
Oh, the Mario movie 2 is next year, guys.
Nice.
No way. What's the next one? I can't read that one.
The Odyssey.
Oh, The Odyssey.
5,
Shrek 5.
Hunger Games. Jumanji 2.
3.
Jumanji
3.
Jumanji.
Mandalorian and Grogu. That's a good one. Mega Minions.
Dang.
What's that?
Clayface.
What is that one?
I can't read it.
Kind of look like Puss in Boots.
Ice Age.
Ice Age.
It does look like
Ice Age.
6.
Oh, The Hunt for Gollum. What the heck?
Oh, wild.
Supergirl?
Jackson or no?
What, Wade?
Peter Jackson or no for Hunt for Gollum?
It's directed by Andy Serkis.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Ooh, we like
Supergirl, Toy Story 5, and then Hail Mary, which is
Project
that Ryan
Hail
Reynolds.
Mary. Yeah.
And then Fast X Part 2.
Oh, no. You think it couldn't get any worse. Oh, no.
Guys,
the names of those Fast and Furious movies are always so stupid, and Fast X Part 2 might take the cake.
Let's go down the line. We'll start with Dave. What's your most anticipated for 2026, Wade?
It's either Avengers or Mandalorian and Grogu. I know I'm still Star Wars and Marvel, but
no, that's okay. Not Mario 2?
We'll see. I mean, I just rewatched the Mario movie. It's great. So yeah, I'm excited for it.
Colin, most anticipated?
I would say probably Spider-Man.
Oh,
nice.
Yes.
I'm a huge Spider-Man guy, so that and I don't know, maybe the Odyssey. I'm a big Chris Nolan guy
too. Yeah,
it's got a stacked cast, so
yeah. I think Doomsday for me. Sarah?
I honestly, the Odyssey is something I'm excited for, but I think I'm most excited for Jumanji on this list, just because I've loved what they did with the recent Jumanji movies. I don't know where you guys stand on them, but just the way that they've built the characters, it's always really funny to me, and I still enjoy the second one too. So I'm just excited to see where it goes.
Yeah, those are fun for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's a classic rock
I
comedy.
hate that they're calling it Jumanji 3 when it's Jumanji 4, but whatever.
No, but it's so funny.
It's obviously Jumanji 4. It is the 4th Jumanji movie. Whatever.
It's okay.
I'm sure they're going to give it a name and they're not going to give it a number.
Yeah.
All right.
Jake, what are you looking forward to, Jake, for 2026? Which one?
it's the Odyssey, just because of the visceral physical reaction I had when I read the headline that said Christopher Nolan's next movie is The Odyssey. I mean, I felt like out of my body for a minute, just in terms of like dreams of like seeing something like that and anticipation for whatever Nolan's next movie is. I love Avengers, Spider-Man, Star Wars. I'm going to be there for all of them. I love it. I can't wait. But the Odyssey just unlocked something in me that was like, I read the headline and I was like, that's one of the best movies ever. Nice. You know what I mean? I just can't wait.
Guys, CinemaCon, we broke it down. I don't know what else Disney has released, but we'll talk about it next week if it's super important.